Hey guys, Science here, once again, and as always, today I'm bringing you some arenas that me and Reese's did, just to get some points. We weren't really too serious about all this, like we weren't on Mumble Vent or TeamSpeak or Skype or anything. We were just kind of going at it, and I was obviously Disc, and he's a Frost DK. We actually had a few good matches, something that I wasn't really expecting. Like, I figured we'd get our asses kicked way more than we won, and I think overall it came out about even, but I'm going to show you guys some of the fun matches that we had. There's 3 decently quick matches. Well, 1 decently quick, 2 quick, and then the last clip that I've got here for you guys is actually a long. It was a very good match that we had. It was, well, you'll see when we get there. Here you can see we're going up against DK Warrior, I think. I can't really tell. Yeah, Warrior. Okay. I wasn't paying attention, but DK Warrior, you can see that they're putting a lot of pressure on me. Reese has managed to get the Warrior down. And at one point here, at this point, I was just kind of trying to outlast the DK until Reese could get back on it. And so I threw down my bubble, just bobbing and weaving, and we prevailed. This one was Shaman Warrior, Enhance Fury, I think they were. And here again, they go straight for the healer, of course. Unfortunately, I escape artist the first route. I fade to drop aggro off the Ghost Wolves to get rid of some of the burst damage. And at this point, it's just a matter of surviving. And fortunately, the Enhanced Shaman kind of messed up in this fight. He dropped pressure off me. If he had stayed on me, it might have gone a little bit differently. But Reese's kind of tore him apart pretty quick, so it was pretty much in our favor. So yeah, I'm just finishing off the Warrior here. I probably should have cut the ends off these, but whatevs. Alright, this one was Pally Rogue, Rhett, and something. He's a rogue. It doesn't matter. They all suck. And I got pressured hard, as you can see. And Reese's was just going to town on that rogue. And again, it was just a matter of surviving long enough for Reese's to do the damage that he needed to do. And at that point, it was a walk in the park. It's if you go up against double DPS teams like that and you're a healer, it's always about surviving the initial burst, because generally they throw everything they've got at you right at the beginning, especially in the low ratings like this. These arenas here. But now it's time for the fun one. This was Holy Pally, I think Combat Rogue actually. I don't remember. You'll be able to tell in the video. And this one was very, very long and interesting. Here at the beginning, we actually almost lost because they were putting a shit ton of pressure on me with CCs. And I tried to counter with a Trinket and a Siphene, but unfortunately it wasn't enough because Holy Pallies are ridiculous these days. They've got so much CC. I mean, you might as well have a second fucking rogue in the party. It's absolutely retarded. Not to mention they've got a ton of healing potential. Holy Pallies are ridiculous, especially paired with a rogue, because then you've got blinds and I can't remember. I know I went up against a rogue. I don't know if this was one that was doing it. There was one of them that was actually macroed for a focus shadow step kick. So like he didn't even have to be on me, and he just, you know, jump over and interrupt me. I don't think it was this one though. But yeah, here that's pretty much rogue stand on Reese's for a bit. When he tries to go on me, you can see Reese's grips him back. And Rogue decides to just stay on Reese's. I'm trying to keep some distance from the Pally, but I kind of bluffed there. Like I messed up and let him get too close. Now you can see him in line of sight of him, and he's got open range to just go on me with the CCs again. And like I said, they've got a absolute ridiculous amount. So this match turned into an LOS dance. Like, I was doing my best to stay out of LOS. Of the Pally, so I could heal Reese's. Yep, he was the one with the macro. See, he just shadow stepped and kicked. So I was trying to do my best to stay out of his line of sight for the shadow step kick, And again, I don't have an add-on yet that tells me when people's interrupt cooldowns are off or on cooldown, so I was doing my best to just kind of bob and weave here. I would try to bob around the side and get my pennant started and then back around the side, because once it's channeling, it doesn't matter if you go out of LS, it channels the full duration. Another thing is that at one point, I think I've already done it, I hit Halo just because I could hit it and then move out of LOS and it would still hit Reese's. But Halo is very costly. I don't recommend doing that very often. But this was mostly about me trying to use as much instant cast stuff as I could. You can see I'm using instant cast holy fires and bubbles, prayer of mendings, renews, pretty much everything I could do without getting interrupted. And then there I was trying to counter CC the Pally some so I could get away, and it did buy me enough time. Unfortunately, Reese's is still putting pressure on the rogue, so the Pally does have to heal. So this was a very long durability match, and it was fun though. It was a lot of fun. I mean, especially to go up against a Pally like that good of a combo. It was definitely a match because they both knew what they were doing with like locking me down with CCs. The rogue had the shadow step macro, and right here I start to use Hymn of Hope for mana, and the rogue actually comes around trying to get to me in time, but he doesn't. He does, however, get a CC off on me. He gets the sap. Isn't a big deal, because I mean, it took most of the sap for him to get back to Reese's anyways. But during that time, Reese's actually pressured the Pally into using his Hand of Protection. So I did mess up there again. I used Mass Dispel instead of Single Dispel because I do most of my PvP as Shadow, and a Shadow, well, actually I think I do have regular Dispel as Shadow. I do. I don't know. That was just a bad reaction on my part. I should have used regular Dispel, but I don't think I ended up needing Mass Dispel again before the cooldown was off, so that wasn't a big deal. It didn't really cause any detrimental damage. Not to mention, I mean, he had forbearance from that, I think, so if it still gives it to him, I don't remember. But here I kind of ran back in and tried to throw some more CC pressure on. And again, it's just back to trying to stay out of LOS when I could. Threw my Siphon in the middle of them. And I start dispelling the Pally here to get rid of his buffs, because he popped some cooldowns, so I was trying to buy Reese's. And see, this is why you should always be on Mumble and Vent, because I was trying to tell him here to stay on the Pally, but I was also trying to heal him, and it just took me too long to get out. Pally was already dead. But hope you guys enjoyed that, and if so, maybe I'll do some more arena videos for you. I did just transfer my lock, by the way, to a PvP server, and faction changed. So my Warlock is now a Blood Elf Horde. So, there's that to look forward to. I'm definitely going to be doing stuff with that, and I'm going to be having a partner for that stuff over there. So, you guys have that to look forward to. But yep. Short news, I did change my series names from, just Shadow Priest PvP and MOP to More Dots, More Procs. And I decided to separate my dust stuff entirely and call it More Bubbles, Less Trouble. Yeah, but anyways, if you did like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe, because that helps me out a ton and it gives you updates on when my latest videos are released. Also, we got Facebook and Twitter, top right. And I think that does it. I think that's it. So, as always, Alon Z.